What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Hendrick Lexus Northlake and we get to take a look at this 2022 Lexus ES350. So huge shout out to them for providing this sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. But this model here is finished off in iridium and it has an MSRP right around $46,000. And we're gonna start off today's review with what powers this ES350. Under the hood, you'll find the 3.5 liter V6 paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission. And this pumps out 302 horsepower around 6,600 RPM and 267 pound-feet of torque around 4,700 RPM. This is front wheel drive. It weighs in right around 3,600 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds, up to its top speed of 130 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 15.9 gallons. You can expect to see around 22 miles per gallon in the city and 32 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 113 inches. Its overall length is 195.9. It has a width of 73.4 and a height of 56.9 inches. As we work our way to the exterior now for this 350, let's start off with this headlight design. So this has LED headlights, LED DRLs, and you can see the turn signal on the corner. But what's really unique is the fact that the DRL actually splits off from the headlight housing itself. So you can see that bodywork separating it on the sides just to give it a very unique look. And then we have that same design in the corner here where you can see the DRL comes to a point and it even matches the point for the bodywork that you can see here and then leading the way all the way to the corner of the grille. So it's a really intricate pattern, just gives it a great look. You can see more bodywork just underneath it. And then the line from that grille goes halfway up the hood, splits off, and then another line goes all the way to the base of the windshield. So it's a very, very nice design. And then working our way to the hourglass shape for the grille, you can see there's plenty of cutouts in this unique pattern to provide a lot of cooling to that engine. The Lexus badge also doubles as the forward-facing sensor for the adaptive cruise and all of that technology. And this even has forward-facing sensors that are very nicely integrated throughout. It's very hard to see them, which is a great touch. You can also see the surround for the grille is finished off in chrome. There's more chrome accents on both sides of the bumper, and it just gives it a very nice look for this sedan. And then as we work our way to the side, you can see these 18-inch wheels have a multi-spoke pattern to them as well as a two-tone finish. So definitely looks really nice against this exterior color. This also has a sunroof up top. You can see more chrome trim surrounding all of the windows. We have the power folding side mirrors that are half body colored and half gloss black. They do feature the integrated turn signal as well. And you can see really nice lines that run down the side. We have one that's just above the door handles. It goes all the way back to the taillights. And you can see in the lower side skirt, we have one that kind of dips up just in front of that back tire. Really nice fender arches too. So it gives it a clean side profile design. And then as we finish up in the rear here, you can see the Lexus badge along with really nice contoured lines on the top section of the trunk. We have the backup camera along with the LED taillights. They have a very nice intricate pattern. You can see the turn signal on the far corner. We have all the parking sensors right in the middle. And then down below you can see the diffuser along with the dual exhaust. But now it's time to take a look at the interior. So this is the key fob. If I lock the vehicle, you will see the mirrors automatically fold up. And with the key in my pocket, all I need to do is place my hand on the door handle. It will unlock. You'll see the mirrors fold back out. And now we can move on to this beautiful interior. So you can see on the door panel, we have two-tone leather. You can see the black and this tannish color. We have the release handle along with the memory seating adjustments. We even have that same colored trim as this leather here in the black, and then a wood trim piece on the upper section just to give it that premium feel. You can see gloss black along with this wood trim surrounding all of the window and side mirror adjustments. We have a 10-speaker audio sound system for this, and there's also a little bit of storage space down in the lower section of the door. And then you'll see these two-tone seats. We have that same color, of course. Really nice stitching, all the perforations. You can see the black in the middle of the bolsters have a very nice design to them. And then down on the side, you can see all the automatic adjustments. Now it's time to work our way to the interior, and you can see the door sill is very low. We have Lexus spelled out on it as well. So it makes it very easy to enter and exit. You can see we have that grab handle. Definitely has a lot to it, so you can grab onto it, of course. And then looking at the steering wheel, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather. There's black stitching running along the inside. And now to start this up with my foot on the brake, we have that brushed aluminum engine start stop button over on the right side, and we can bring this to life. And you'll see on this digital gauge cluster over on the right side is the engine temperature as well as the fuel gauge. You can see the tach front and center along with your miles per hour and what gear you're in. And then over on that left side, you have some information to go through using these controls over on the left side of the steering wheel. So right now you can see range. If I scroll down, you can look at the economy meter. You can also look at your TPMS. And then if I scroll all the way up, you can look at your current and reset your MPG. If I go over to the left now, you can pull up audio. You can also look at the adaptive cruise, so you can monitor that. There's messages, and then you have all of this technology that you can turn on and off. So it's really nice to see all of that front and center. And then as we work our way back to the steering wheel, you'll also notice over on this left side, we have volume and Bluetooth and voice commands. There's a back button too. And then over on this right side is all of the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings. There's tuning for the audio. You have the steering assist along with that forward sensor. You'll also see that we have the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters finished off in a very nice brush trim. It matches the rest of the steering wheel very nicely. And then over on this left side, you can see the fuel and trunk release. There's a little bit of storage just by pushing on that button. You can see that small area there. There's a really nice trim piece just below one air vent. You can see more of that wood trim continue its way to the dash. And then coming back to this gauge cluster, let's go over these knobs on both sides. So over on this left side, we do have traction control. All you need to do is push on that and you can see you can turn that off and turn it back on. And then over on this right side, you can see the different driving modes. So by twisting it all the way up, that goes into sport mode, and you can see the gauge cluster change. If I go all the way down, that's eco. You can see it turn blue. And just by pushing on the end, it'll go back to black for the normal mode. And then working our way to the middle, you can see a clock on the left side, and then we have this screen over on the right. Currently, it's on the home screen right now where you can see audio, you have your navigation when that is hooked up, and then we have the latest for your MPG and range. And to go through all that information, you can use all these down below where you'll see home. If I click on menu now, that will pull up all of these different icons. So you can see audio and phone, as well as apps. Projection is how you can pair your phone to the system. And it is also touch screen. So if I click on climates there, you can see that pull up where you have the fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. You can see the small diagram too that will show you where the air is going. So you can use it as a touchscreen system if you'd like to. You'll see info and setup along with the display. You can also use this trackpad down below. So you'll see I can go through all that information just by swiping on it. We have a back button and then another button down on the bottom there. So it's a really easy system to go through and gives you all of that info you need. You can see all of the piano black surrounding it too, just to give it a great look. And then over on this passenger side, you'll see more of that wood trim, leather on the dash, and more stitching, along with this brush trim piece leading all the way to the door just to tie it in nicely. And then moving back to the screen, you'll see two air vents underneath it. We do have the physical buttons for the climate, so if you're not in that screen on the upper section there, you can quickly go through all of it. There's temperature for driver and passenger, and you can see a small indicator on the left side and the right side. Fan speeds in the middle, you can shut this system off, really easy to go through. We do have a power and volume button and tuning for the radio. So it's actually two different dials. We have the power and volume on the top here, and then the far dial here is for tuning. So it's nice to see that combined together. We have a few more controls for the radio right in the middle. And then working our way below that, we do have heated and ventilated seats for driver and passenger, along with the heated steering wheel, which has two different settings. You can see the CD player just underneath that. And then we do have this compartment. If I open this up, you'll see a cup holder along with a little bit of storage. And we have some auxiliaries on the left side so you can easily charge electronics. As we work our way to the shifter now, the release is on the left side. We can go into reverse, where you'll see the backup camera appear with the guidelines. We have two different angles that you can pull up, just depending on how you need to view it. And then we do have a few different guidelines that you can pull up as well. Definitely gives you plenty of graphics for what's behind you. If we go all the way into drive, we can also go over into the sport mode setting. So you can use these paddle shifters on the steering wheel or shift using the leather shifter. You'll see we have the auto hold assist just behind that, along with a little storage space. And you can currently see right now there is a cup holder tray. So you can fold this out of the way if you need a little bit more space. And if I push on that, now you can put a smaller drink or other smaller items if you need to. And then looking at this center armrest, you can see it's finished off in the same leather. We have a good amount of storage space on the back side, along with the wireless charger on the front. So you can quickly charge your phone if needed. And then over on the glove box, you can see we have plenty of room for all the information that needs to go down there. We'll take one last look at this interior. Definitely a beautiful color. You can see that color continue on to the headliner, where we do have the sunroof. We have that manual adjusting sunshade with all the controls for the sunroof, along with the touch sensitive dome lights. As we work our way to the back seats now, you'll see the door panels finished off just like up front with that two-tone design. We have all the wood trim. Definitely gives it a great look. And now at 5'10", it's time to work my way into the back, where you'll see behind both front seats, we do have some storage pockets for any items you want to place there. There are 2 air vents right in the middle, and then you'll see a 12 volt along with 2 USB-C ports, so that way your backseat passengers can charge their electronics. And then at 5'10", with the front seat set at my height, you can see I have plenty of room for my legs and my feet. And you can see I have 2 or 3 inches above my head too, so they are very comfortable and spacious. And then right in the middle, you'll see we have this giant armrest that we can fold down. There are 2 cup holders in here if you need to use it. And then just behind that, you'll see this lockable door. If I open this up, this gives you access into the trunk space. So if you have any larger items, you can open that up and pass them through. And last up, we'll take a look at the trunk storage space. So I'm just gonna use the button over by the passenger side taillight, and you'll see that automatically open up. There's a lot of space back here. You can get another look at that cut through for the back seats and how much more room you can get, along with the amount of storage that is back here. You can see the Lexus carpet. We have some cutouts on the passenger and driver side, so you can put an item sideways if you need to. There's even some tie-down hooks too, so you can safely secure items. And we do have this optional net where you can place smaller items if you need to. So definitely plenty of room for the size of this sedan. And then up top, you'll see there is one grab handle, making it easy to close. All right, so now getting this 2022 Lexus ES350 out on the road. This is a really nice spec. I love this interior. When I open up the door, it was very nice to see the two-tone design with all of these materials. This is a very luxurious model, and I love all of the features that you've already seen in today's video. But now that we have this out on the road, I really do enjoy how Lexuses drive. They are incredibly comfortable. If you are looking for a daily driver that's quiet, it's not loud, it's just going to give you a very comfortable ride from point A to point B. And as you can hear or not hear, the traffic that's currently passing, it just gives you that really nice ride that you're looking for. If you want to get away from all that traffic noise, it's definitely very comfortable and a really nice place to be. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into sport mode. I love how that tack changes to white. And we're gonna use these paddle shifters here. Give it a little bit of gas from second. And this is a quick car. It's not fast, it's not loud, but it definitely gets up and moves. By no means is it a performance sedan, but it has that luxury aspect to it with some of those performance capabilities. We're gonna get it on some twisty roads here just to see how well it does handle. But these paddles are very responsive. So if you wanted to use them, that's great to see. It'll get up and move. And then if we twist it all the way down into eco mode, you really don't have any throttle response, but of course that's what it's designed to do. Popping it back into sport, taking this sharp right, giving it some gas. Like I said, it's not a performance sedan, but it's nice that you have some performance characteristics to it. And as far as this interior goes, aside from all the materials that I've gone over, it's a very nice daily for having other people with you. You do have a good amount of space in the back, and then a very large trunk. So you can place in whatever items that you need to, and have this as your only vehicle. There's definitely plenty of room, and then visibility, it's really easy to see all around. I do like how thin these A-pillars are, so you can actually see in between the A-pillar and the mirror if you need to. Same with the passenger side there. And then looking over my left shoulder, I can easily see out. Same with my right side too. And then I also really like the fact that everything in the middle here is laid out incredibly well. So it's easy to go through all this information. We don't have a ton of buttons, but we have everything that you need without going overboard, which I love to see. And I do like the fact that this is a touchscreen system. I know in previous Lexus models, they did not offer touchscreen, so it is nice just depending on how you'd like to use it. And now as we switch over to the POV angle, I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas just in normal mode. And you'll see we can get up to speed just like that. It's very smooth in the power delivery too. But now let's pop it over into the manual setting. Super responsive in these paddles, which is great to see. I love how large they are too, so it definitely gives you a good feel behind the steering wheel. And if we go down into eco mode, we can still use these paddle shifters. but it definitely doesn't have that feedback that sport mode has. So just depending on how you'd like to drive this, it's nice that you have a few different driving modes. And while this isn't a performance-oriented sedan, it handles well coming around these turns. It doesn't really weigh that much for its size. And we'll take another quick look at visibility. So over my right shoulder, you can get a view. And then real quick over my left shoulder, you can see out of that glass. We have the rear view mirror, of course, with the garage door buttons up underneath it. So plenty of visibility. But I think that's going to wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of this 2022 Lexus ES350. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. All their info is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's review, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.